Jai Guruji. So talking about the Guru Mahima, the Guru greatness, the giver of all that we have got, and the Savior on this earth, and all that goes, whatever terms and whatever adjectives, whatever qualities you associate with a God, and only with a God, and do not attribute it to anybody else, be it any Guru who are there on this earth. That is what Guruji has shown and kept showing. Only we are to be ready to be the takers, to receive. Watch out. Come there to take in. We were lucky, very, very blessed to be sitting before Guruji one day and other days when people used to come and people used to go, the Sangat. Who came, who didn't come, who kept repeating. One such a devout followers were a brigadier wife who were coming from Noida, and Guruji was in Empire State. And Guruji would be talking to them. We were there also sitting before Guruji. And one of the conversations which was struck up by Guruji, te fir ajkal tera kam kithe? He was a retired officer. जी मेरा ना इत्थे उत्थे ये है वो है, फिर उत्थे फिर तू ते गया नहीं? फिर नहीं गुरुजी मैं जाना है उन्हें। अच्छा कदों जाना है? हाँ जी गुरुजी मैं बस अभी जाने ही वाला हूँ। ओके। नेक्स्ट डे अगेन when he came and Guruji said तू गया नहीं? नहीं गुरुजी मेरा वो अभी यहाँ पे ये था वो था, अभी मैं बस जा ही रहा हूँ। तो जा फिर अपना काम ख़त्म कर और आ जा फिर। तो they were also really devout followers and he said अच्छा जी कि मैं फिर तो कल चला जा। तो he just decided अब गुरुजी 2-3 बारी पूछ चुके हैं, मैं चला ही जाता हूँ। So he would have gone. So the next day it was only the wife and Guruji said तेरा चेला किथे गया? गुरुजी वो ते अपना वो कहने गुजरात अहमदाबाद गए। अच्छा ते किन्ने दिन लगाने? गुरुजी वो काम है ते वो काम करके आ जाएंगे। अच्छा उन्होंने क्या है जल्दी जल्दी कर ले। हाँ जी गुरुजी। She smiled and that's about. अगले दिन फिर गुरुजी कहते ओ तेरा चेला इतने उधर जाके बैठ गया, हले कम नहीं होया? नहीं गुरुजी हले तो टाइम कह रहे हैं। अच्छा उन्हें बुला ले। हाँ जी गुरुजी। तो बोला होगा उसने वाइफ ने, तो ये सर अभी मैं काम निपटा लूँ तो मैं आऊँगा। एंड दिस हैपेंड, वी हैव बीन द लकी विटनेसेस. And one day, after this talk had just taken place, and Guruji said, "Unnu bula le." Well, the next morning, when she was in her house in Noida, and some Sangat member came and gave her an invitation card, and he said, Guruji told me to give this to you, and this is for the function where Guruji is giving some, distributing cards to some special Sangat. So she was so overjoyed to see it. It was for the next day. And she was overjoyed, but her husband was away. So she just thought, this is a special invite, and now I must now just tell him at least that. So she rang up her husband And she told him, you know what? That today Guruji has specially sent an invitation card, and it is for a function which is to be held tomorrow. And he said, okay. So he heard about it, and he says, but I needed 2-3 days more. But then between them, they decided that Guruji has specially sent an invite, and that has to be respected, and I must come back. So straight away he caught the first flight out from Ahmedabad and came back to Noida, and so that he would be there present for that function, which was the next day. And dear Sangat, it was the next day which was splashed in the newspapers, and that was the famous Gujarat earthquake. It was that day. Just look at how Guruji has saved this special Bhagat of Guruji's. Let us just rejoice with who we are. He is that Savior, that God come down on earth. He is blessing us all. And yes, He's got some special packages for those who are specially very, very devoted and love Him with the heart. He has got special packages for them. Yes, the earthquake was to happen, and yes, many people have passed away on that day. Guruji meant to save this soul, this person, and He has managed to get him back. How? Because of his love and faith for Guruji. That was the only thing that was his big trump card, his love and faith for Guruji. So what's it telling us? It's telling us loads and loads and loads of, there are lots of meanings in this. Guruji knew about the earthquake is the very, very big statement we are all going to make. And everybody has made that big statement. Yes, of course. Shall I go a bit further from this? Shall I go a bit further and say, Guruji is the doer. Guruji wishes the breeze will come, and Guruji wishes the wind will come, and Guruji wishes the wind will stop, and Guruji wishes anything can happen and anything can stop. And this is whom we call Guruji. We call him Guruji. That's a disguise. The reality is, he is Mahashiv, come down on earth to show himself to those special people he has sent down. He's showing them his roop, his swaroop. Jai Guruji. Jai Guruji. Again, while in Empire State, we were in Delhi, and we were, of course, coming to Guruji, and I would be there every day. Friends and relatives just got tired of telling us to either do this or do that, or to come over, or we are organizing a party, but we had nothing to ever, yearn for, to want to go. We just really did not want to go anywhere, and we would seek excuses. We would find something or the other to tell them. But they knew it. They are some mad people going to some guru. They just have got out of, our circle. I do not know what they are up to. Whether it is relatives or whether it is friends. They all thought, we just don't care for all of them now. So it was. My own family also sometimes did think, even if I tell them to do something now, I don't know whether they'll be able to. Today we are celebrating this birthday, they would say, and I would just about excuse myself, and I'll say, no, I'm going, So they said, okay, when will you come back? Whenever you come, you just come. And I always had to say, well, I'll have to see. And so everything was left over there only. I'll see whenever we get free. And it just kept on. People kept getting fed up of us. Now one day my sister rang me up. My mother had gone to USA, and my sister, she who was mainly looking after her, so always, whatever mommy required, she was doing her bit, because she was staying on the first floor, mommy was staying on the ground floor in Defense Colony, and she had taken upon herself. So mother, who had gone out to USA to my brother, and she was coming back after some time, and somebody of course is always required to go and receive. So my sister told me that today mommy is coming back, and now will you be able to go? Or youth, of course, I'm sure you won't be going, because you will be going to Guruji. I do not know what came on me, and I felt a little embarrassed. And I said, look, these family and my sisters, they are feeling useless to tell her, because she most likely she's just going to be there, so we'll make our arrangement. It's just one of those times when I thought I would also like to go and receive her and just give a sort of hope for my sister. No, I'll go. So I said, nay, I'll go. What time is it coming? So she gave me some time at about 11 or something. You will be sitting with Guruji, I know, so why to just, say. I said, nay, we'll go. So, sure, how do you know Guruji will send you? Because she knew that I will never go if Guruji has not sent us. She knows that, because they've also come with us, and they know I'll never get up till Guruji doesn't say, chalo phir. She said, how do you know Guruji is going to send you? I said, nahi, ho jayega. I'll fetch mommy from the airport. Deepak and me, we'll go. Pakka? I said, okay, pakka. So that's it. This was one of the times when I really was inside me a little bit, shall I say, just thinking and tremoring. I said, my God, I don't know what's going to happen, because I've just taken a chance. I've just taken a chance that Guruji will send me today early, and I might be able to go and receive mommy, because 11 o'clock or so the plane lands. By the time the formalities would be done, and it would be, at least it will be 12 o'clock. And well, normally we are going away from Guruji much after 12, but well, you never know. Today Guruji just might send us. So it was just, I was thinking, one of those freak days when Guruji just might say, acha jao phir. So I left it at that, but promised my sister. Went to Guruji and was sitting with Guruji before him like every time. Guruji was sending the Sangat away after the langar as normal. Langar is the Sangat who is having langar goes out, washes their hands, come and make a line, and Guruji keeps sending them unless he wants to keep somebody. We were sitting with Guruji, and as normal, he had not sent us, so we were sitting there. There were some people who normally were the later ones, Guruji would send them last. One of them was even Joshis. There were others who were the late, goers. But this is what the scene was like. And just after langar, you do exchange some gossip here and there. And I did tell our Sangat friends, I said, today I have to go and, go and receive mommy from the airport. So, okay, फिर तो आज गुरुजी को आपको बताना पड़ेगा, फिर गुरुजी आपको तभी तो भेजेंगे टाइम पे. I said, हाँ, देखते हैं. So, well, I didn't tell. I didn't have that himmat and guts to tell Guruji, and just left it. Let's see how it unfolds. I just don't want to lose even 1 minute of sitting over here. That is for sure, which was always my case. And even today, I should be telling, because I promised my sister, and yet I am not going to Guruji. And the flight lands at 11. Well, we thought doesn't matter. It can be 12 by the time, mommy comes out. So even if Guruji sends us at about 11, well, never know. We might be able to make it. We kept sitting. Others were coming and reminding us. बोल दो ना, गुरुजी को बोल तो दो कि मम्मी आ रहे हैं, आपको जाना है. Because some of my friends, Sangat friends, they knew my family also, they knew my sister also, and because I brought each one of them, and they have also tried to impress upon them Guruji's ways and doings. And well, that's all right. They have not come and taken to Guruji or become followers, but they said, oh God, now you'll get into trouble. You better go and tell Guruji. I just could not and would not. I left it. होएगा जो होएगा देखते हैं. Now, what happens is that at about little bit 10:30, quarter to 11 it must be. We were still sitting before Guruji at around 10:30 or so, and Guruji just puts his hand out and points towards us. Yes, we were sitting around today, ki let us at least not go and hide and let us be around. So Guruji wants to call us and send us away. Yes, we've got a duty. So Guruji just put his hand out to call us, and we went thinking, ab Guruji bhej rahe hain, dekho time pe bhej hi rahe hain. So, and when we went to Guruji, Guruji just told uncle, chalo Malhotra, jaake gaddi lagao. We looked at each other, what? Well, Guruji had said gaddi lagao. What gaddi lagao? He never said jao. Chalo phir, he never said. Well, he's not sending us away. But quiet. Our mouth was quiet. Then he called somebody else and said, chalo phir, tusi bhi gaddi lagao. Then he called somebody else. Chalo phir magre lago. 3-4 people. And then he called out and said, चलो फिर इधर अपना बुलाओ इन्हो, जो ड्राइवर था। चलो फिर बाकियों को गुरुजी ने क्या, चलो असे जा रहे सैर करन, चलो ते थोड़ा साफ सफाई करके रखना पीछे एम्पायर स्टेट में। And Guruji also came out, and the gadi was waiting for Guruji, and Guruji sat in it and pointed to all of us कि चलो सारे मगरे लगो पीछे। We were just baffled and baffled. We had no idea where is Guruji taking us, and we thought he's sending us away. Mummy is supposed to come, and Guruji is going for a walk, as he was hinting. And which side is he going for a walk? God knows. Anyways, we just went behind. Guruji ne ishara kiya ki come behind my car. So all of us, and just behind Guruji was our car. And we followed. Guruji went, crossed the chowk at Chhatarpur Mode, went on that Vasant Kunj road, crossed Mahipalpur. And we said, what? Where is Guruji going? Nobody knew where Guruji is going. When we came onto the main road which goes one side the airport, right side is the Shankar Vihar. Oh, we looked at each other and said, oh, Guruji is coming to our house, like he many times used to come. I said, oh my God, Guruji is coming to our house. And so we just followed कि हाँ यहाँ से तो फिर right जाएंगे. Where many a times he used to come for a walk. But we were taken in for a surprise. The moment we reached that crossing, where left you go to the airport side, and Guruji's car turns left. We're shocked. I said, Guruji's going on the left side and he hasn't turned right? Well, okay, so let's see now. How can you imagine? Guruji went from the left side, and imagine it or not, Guruji's car with us towing and others following, we reached right at Indira Gandhi Airport. It is unbelievable. It's just out of the magic books, and Guruji lands at Indira Gandhi Airport. And we were a little away because right at the airport you can't stop. There were so many gadis, and little before where the gadis could stop, Guruji's car stopped. And we also followed Guruji's car, and one by one we all stopped on the side of the road where one could, wait in the car. And Guruji gets out of the car, we also get out of the car, others get out of the car, and we stare at Guruji so hard. And we look at Guruji and we stare. And Guruji looks at us and smiles. And we look at each other. My God, I told my husband, I said, ये तो इंदिरा गांधी एयरपोर्ट आ गए, यहाँ तो मम्मी ने आना है, ये तो वो तो, we are talking to each other and telling others. And Guruji looked at us and said, Ki kya? I wasn't telling Guruji, I was telling Deepak, and we were talking to others. And we just, while we were standing there baffled, and Guruji very sweetly and naughtily smiles and says, Ki? So I quickly told Guruji and I blurted it out. I said, Guruji, mummy ne aana hai. Mummy? Kidhar hai? मैंने कहा गुरुजी मम्मी आ रहे हैं अभी वो ब्रदर के वहाँ से USA से, जाओ फिर, चलो फिर, वेरी गुड। ऐसा इधर क्यों आए हैं आंटी? He tells before I can even blink and get it inside my system, and Guruji tells uncle, चलो अंकल जाओ फिर मम्मी ने ले लो। And believe me that just when we landed and when we were just baffled and looking at Guruji, and right at that time, there is an aircraft that was just coming down to touch the ground at the airport, and Deepak and me both looked up and we pointed at each other, that's Mummy's aircraft. And Guruji also looked at us, ta fir auntie, taasi kyun aaye? God, no words. And then Guruji says to uncle, जाओ फिर मम्मी नू ले आओ। And uncle says कि गुरुजी हले तो टाइम लगेगा, हले वो बाहर आएंगे, फिर वो होएगा, काफ़ी फॉर्मेलिटीज़ होने, हले टाइम है। लाइक वी जस्ट वांटेड कि चलो थोड़ी देर हम गुरुजी के पास ही खड़े रहें। तो गुरुजी अगेन टेल्स, तू जा फिर, जा ले आ मम्मी नो, as if he hasn't heard us. So uncle says, you wait here only with Guruji, I'll alone go and I'll get. Well, why should you waste your time? You be here with Guruji. अभी तो 1 घंटा लगेगा मम्मी को आने में, but anyway, now that Guruji has said it to me, so I better go. I said, हाँ फिर चलो. So he went and stood in that outside where the public is waiting to receive their folks. And uncle just reached over there, and believe it, and you believe it, Mummy was the first person to be wheeled out. The very first person to be wheeled out, and within minutes, because she was not able to walk, she had a wheelchair support, and her formalities were completed in so much record time, and before you could even think, the plane has landed, and there Mummy is wheeled out, and dot on time my husband reached, and he fetched Mummy and brought her in the car, and came out. Can you imagine this? This is what Guruji knows. Rather, again and again I say the same question. What is it that he doesn't know? And you also believe this fact. While Mummy was being driven out, and we people along with Guruji, we were still standing there. We had not yet started our walk. And when the car was getting out, and believe it, and Guruji was there, and my husband stopped the car, and Guruji also gave darshan to my mother. Think about it. How beautiful and how beautiful is that? I just cannot be let down ever by Guruji, ever and ever. I, meaning we We meaning anybody and anybody, all the mad people following Guruji, we have never, ever experienced when, you're cut to size or something just for your love for Guruji, just for your so much irresistible longing to be there with Guruji. It has never let me down. Jai Guruji.